Today is Sunday, October 6, 2024. I'm here to share my thoughts and opinions on the US presidential elections 2024. Today, I would like to look at the topic of what if the general elections next month, first week of November, turns out to be a wave election instead of the conventional wisdom from pollsters and pundits is that it's going to be a very, very close election. So the reason I want to take this topic is due to the fact that some of the Republican operatives and the Republican supporters, they feel like they are in a much better position to expand the map beyond the battleground states. And this is going to be an election where Donald Trump is going to do much better than what the pollsters are suggesting. And he's not only going to win the battleground states, he has a chance to expand the victory beyond the battleground states. And their optimism is based on the belief that the right track, wrong track number that has come out in the last few days suggests that most of the people feel that the country is not on the right track. And they use that along with inflation and the illegal immigration issue to suggest that this is going to be a wave in favor of Donald Trump. Similarly, on the Democrat side, some of the Democratic operatives and the supporters of the Democratic Party think that this is going to be a wave election in favor of Kamala Harris. And the reason they cite is they feel that the pollsters did not do a good job in 2022 midterm elections. They did not get the support level for the Democrats right in 2022. So they think that that's going to be the case again this time. And Democrats are going to defy these polls and win states that are outside the battleground states at this point. So both parties feel very optimistic about not only winning, but also expanding their electoral college tally beyond their battleground states. So I just wanted to take a look at it. This is basically a hypothetical scenario. So let's look at how it will look like in terms of electoral college tally if there is indeed a wave in favor of either Donald Trump or in favor of Kamala Harris. For that, let's go and look at the numbers. So let's look at the numbers here from this deck. So if you look at it in 2020, Donald Trump got 232 electoral college votes and Joe Biden got 306 electoral college votes. And remember that Donald Trump lost pretty much all the battleground states last time, with the exception of North Carolina. So let's assume that Donald Trump is going to win all the battleground states this time: Nevada, Arizona, Georgia, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Michigan. And if you add those totals to his 232 number that he got in 2020, the total he gets is 309 electoral college votes. Then let's assume for a moment that this is indeed a wave election in favor of Donald Trump, and he is able to expand his victory across other states as well, beyond the battleground states. And one of the states that the Republicans have been trying to win is Virginia. They think that they have a chance this time because there is a Republican governor in Virginia, and they think he might be able to help Donald Trump win this state. So let's assume, for the sake of argument, that he picks up the state of Virginia, and that will be 13 electoral college votes. Then the state of New Hampshire. New Hampshire is interesting in the sense that Donald Trump was actually doing very well in New Hampshire when Joe Biden was in the race. But the moment Kamala Harris got into the race as a replacement for Joe Biden, he's not doing particularly well in New Hampshire, and it looks like he's going to lose according to the pollsters. But still, if there is a wave in favor of Donald Trump, there is a possibility he can pick up New Hampshire as well. So that being the case, we can give that 4 electoral college votes to Donald Trump for the state of New Hampshire. Then Minnesota. Minnesota is also very interesting. Remember, in 2016, Donald Trump came very close to winning Minnesota. So this is another state where the Republicans feel that they have a chance. Right now, the pollsters call it as a 6 or a 7-point advantage for Democrats. But if there is a wave in favor of Donald Trump, there is a possibility that he can win the state of Minnesota as well. So that will leave his tally at 336. He gets 309, winning those battleground states, and then he gets Virginia, New Hampshire, and Minnesota to get to 336. So let's look at the same thing for the Democrats. So if you look at the Democrats' numbers in 2020, it's 306. And in that 2020 election, Joe Biden won pretty much all the battleground states with the exception of North Carolina, which had 16 electoral college votes. Let's say that Kamala Harris is able to pick up North Carolina. So she gets the 16, and then that gets added to 306. She will be at 322, winning the battleground states. So again, just like for the Republicans, for the sake of argument, let's assume that she's doing very well. She has done very well, and she was able to win some of the other states beyond the battleground states. So the first one they are looking at is Florida. Remember, Barack Obama won twice in 2008 and 2012. So Democrats feel like that they have a chance if there is a wave in favor of Kamala Harris and the Democrats. So I'm going to give the 30 electoral college votes to Kamala Harris in that scenario if there is a wave. Then similarly, Iowa is interesting. Iowa right now is a 4 or a 5-point lead for the Republicans as per Des Moines Register. Des Moines Register is a very popular newspaper in Iowa, and they normally get it right. So if they are calling it as a 4-point race, and if you assume that there is a wave in favor of Kamala Harris throughout the country, there is a possibility that she can pick up Iowa as well, and we can give that 6 electoral college votes of Iowa to her. Then finally, Texas. I did do an episode about Texas yesterday on why Democrats are thinking that they can win Texas because of a very competitive Senate race there. The Democratic candidate, Colin Allred, is doing very well in the state of Texas. So the Democrats, in a wave scenario, there is a possibility that they could pick up the state of Texas as well. So if you look at the expansion of the battleground states for the Democrats and you add this tally, they will be at around 398. So now let's look at, these are all the hypothetical scenario where one of the party is actually doing very well. They're defying the polls and the pollsters, and they are winning in a wave. If they do, then Republicans will get 336, and Democrats, if they have a similar kind of a wave for themselves, they will be at 398. But if you ask me, based on the current polling, based on what we see on the ground, if Donald Trump is going to win, he is going to win close to 280, 85 electoral college votes. He might not be able to win all of these battleground states, but he'll win some of them to just pass that 270 mark. And he'll be close to around 280, 285 if he is winning the election. And similarly, if you look at Democrats, if Kamala Harris is winning the election, I think she'll be happy at the number 306. She might lose Arizona. That will take her to 295. And she can possibly pick up North Carolina, but still that's unlikely. So I think she'll be at around 285 to 300 if she wins, if she's going to win this election. And I don't think her getting to 398, and I also don't envision Donald Trump getting 336. In fact, I don't even envision Donald Trump getting 309 and Kamala Harris getting 322. So they'll get a little lower than that number, even if they win. So that's my take on this. But we do want to do some kind of an hypothetical exercise because the pollsters can go wrong, and we have seen that. So I just wanted to show you guys exactly how it will look if the pollsters are wrong and if there is a wave in favor of either one of those parties. So that's it for me today. But before I end, I just want to pass on this message one more time again, that if you are eligible and you are registered, please go ahead and vote. You have to exercise your franchise. It doesn't matter whom you vote for, as long as you vote. And you also have an option to write in your name or somebody else's name if you feel that you don't like either one of these candidates. So please go ahead and vote. That is more important. A lot of states have in-person voting before the election day, and a lot of the states, actually most of the states, have also the mail-in ballot facility. So please make sure and utilize those. And if you are using a mail-in ballot kind of a process, make sure that you sign and date the ballot. And the date should be not the election date or your birth date or something like that. It is actually your the signature date, the date that you signed, because some of the states are going to not count your votes if the date is wrong. So please make sure that you fill in the ballot properly with the appropriate date and then mail it in. And so it's a very important, you have to do your civic duty. It's an important civic duty that you need to do. And you have got to do it only once in 4 years for the presidential elections and once in 2 years for the midterm congressional elections. So please go ahead and vote. And that's it for me today. I'll come back to you with a different episode tomorrow. Till then, take care.